First person singular. The views expressed in this piece are those of the writer. Jason Scorse says the climate emergency is not in the future.
A climate researcher commenting on the record high summer temperatures recently remarked, "This is the hottest year on record, but it will be the coolest year for the rest of our lives." Let that sink in. Many thought that the climate emergency would be something relatively far off, but it's now clear that it's very much in the present and about to get a lot worse, because we have decades more warming already baked into the atmosphere from our past and current emissions. And while the extreme heat doesn't risk making humanity go extinct, it will exacerbate many of the problems that could. The climate emergency is a force multiplier that will make everything else worse. Regional conflicts, mass migration, and the resulting surge in support for fascist movements, and general chaos and vulnerability that will weaken states and institutions alike for generations to come. These are simply facts that we must grapple with. But there are alternative pathways we can take that will reduce the risks and help us reverse course for our children and perhaps more realistically, our grandchildren. We can all transition away from fossil fuel use in our daily lives. We can transition away from our diets that rely on meat and dairy to alternative proteins. And most importantly, we can vote for politicians who prioritize the climate fight. In America, that means voting for Democrats and defeating Republicans. There is no more time to spend trying to persuade deniers and conspiracy theorists about what is clear for everyone to see. We are in an emergency and we must act like it. This doesn't mean sleepless nights and agonizing over every individual action, but it does mean taking the issue incredibly seriously and making it a key pillar of one's worldview.
Jason Scorse teaches public policy in the Monterey Bay Area. For First Person Singular, this is Lori Korn.